been so late this morning. I literally woke up and I was like, what year is it? Meryl is also like, hello, where have you been? My first thought when I woke up was, my elves, the elves. It's supposed to be so hot out today and I need to water them. Ugh. Here's a quick morning herb update for you. I heard you all about the mint. I have taken it out. You guys said it would overpower the rest of the box, so I need to find somewhere else to put it, but it's just living in its own box until then. Cilantro. I did buy more bundles of cilantro, but you guys, the amount that they have grown in the last week is insane. They are thriving. Look at the bushes of cilantro. I can't. I know I need to harvest these. I need to make more cilantro stem sauce immediately, but how beautiful. Our little peppers, look at all the little peppers. The dill is like help, and the basil is not thriving. Another update. We bought 2 tomato plants, 2 different types, and put them in their own little boxes here. Ain't they pretty? And we planted 3 blueberry bushes in this little spare pot that we had. Look at all the little bloobs. So fun. I'm beyond giddy about the cilantro. Truly. You're beautiful. So I just had my breakfast and I brought my coffee upstairs and we're just gonna switch up the vlog today. I rarely show you my very slow mornings here on the channel, so we'll just flip it today and we'll do our workout and healthy things tonight because I gotta hop to it. And sometimes a good slow morning and a good sleep in is good and it's necessary. Obviously, I'm aware of the fact that this is exaggerated because I do work from home for myself. And trust me, it is much harder to develop a routine and stay motivated when that is the case, because if I had to be in an office for 9 a.m., oh, the power that I would have over my mornings. I love that. It's like one of my favorite things to watch on TikTok, by the way, is like the my 5 to 9 before my 9 to 5. I'm obsessed. Being self-motivated and getting yourself to do a workout in your garage, it's hard when you are a naturally lazy person. Anyway, for today's video, I wanted to give you guys a beauty maintenance update because I filmed a video last year where I talked through all the things that I've ever had done to my face, and I still stand by that video. I stand by everything I said. So I'm gonna link it here in case you wanted to know the history of everything that I've done, everything that I've tried, all the different treatments and whatnot. But for today's video, I wanted to do just a kind of update to that because I feel like I've taken a huge step back from a lot of treatments and things that I've been doing. I've been taking a much more natural approach to my hair, skin, beauty treatments, everything. And I've really been enjoying it. And I think my body has very much been in a happy place with it. So I wanted to give you a little update and just go bit by bit and show you all the things that I've been doing and any of the updates that I have in regards to the beauty maintenance routine. And now I know a lot of people don't like that term, maintaining your beauty, but it is what it is. I am absolutely not existing in my natural state. There are things that I do to make myself feel good and extra shiny and glowing in my day, and whether or not that's because of society beauty standards, so be it. It makes me feel fabulous, and I can either choose to play the game or not. And sometimes I like to play and have a dabble in the beauty maintenance life. So I hear you, I get it. I do partake somewhat in the beauty maintenance rituals. So here's everything that I'm doing. Just gotta tuck my hair out of my face because we are starting in the bathroom for this video with purpose because I wanted to start with my skincare. I get so many requests from you guys to show an updated skincare routine. Oh my gosh, show me an updated skincare routine. What are you using? Skincare. And I think that's the beauty of the last, I don't know how long it's been, but pretty much since I've been seeing Dr. Katie Belesne, that was a significant change that I did as I started going to see an actual dermatologist. I think that simplifying my skincare routine has been the best thing I've ever done. I've really been sticking to the same products over and over again. Obviously, I'll test out a new serum or a new cream, a new night cream, a new mask, whatever. Like I'll play sometimes, but for the most part, like my active ingredients in my daily skincare have remained the same. And I think in this world of beauty, this world of marketing, we are led to believe otherwise, that we need to use like a 20-step skincare routine, use all these different products, use 3 different serums. And I was doing that for so long and my skin was just so angry for it. And I think my skin overall has never been happier than when I condensed my skincare routine and opted for more simple life. So a few of the products that I always use, my little Zia wipes, the complexion Protection Renewal Pads. These are just really nice for that kind of daily exfoliation of my skin. I use these morning and night, sometimes only night. I've repurchased these time and time again. I love them so much. I'm always using a vitamin C. The SkinCeuticals Fluorescent CF is definitely been my most consistent one. We've obviously talked about different price points and different available options that are there. I use a little hydrating serum. The Vichy Mineral 89 is one of my favorites. And I like that just because I have really, really dry skin. If you don't have any issues with your skin, if you have more normal skin, if you have more oily skin, you obviously don't need that extra layer of moisture. I know there's a lot of people online, a lot of makeup artists who are like, I have really oily skin, I don't even use a face cream. And I'm like, whoa. You just have to cater your skincare to what your skin's needs are. I have very dry skin. I live in a country that has seasons and colder climates, so I need to adjust my skincare for that. So I always use a hydrating serum, and then I use a face cream. There's a ton of face creams that I've used and loved. I have the Dew Instant Angel one right now, and this one has just been beautiful. It's super hydrating, super dewy, and it wears well under makeup, which is lovely. Sorry, I recognize I also just skipped past the eye cream. The eye cream is a little bit hit or miss for me. I always use an eye cream, and there's so many eye creams that I love, but I know a lot of people don't necessarily believe in eye creams and don't suggest that you need an additional product. So as far as like simplifying your skincare routine, that's like the first thing that you could potentially cut back on. I do get very dry under eyes, and especially when I'm doing a full face of makeup and I'm wearing a powder, that's where I see my dryness the most. So I do like to go in with an additional eye cream, even if it is just a juicy little extra serum. I don't know if it's doing anything, but I like to think that it is, and perhaps it will have more of an obvious effect later in my life. The last step, sunscreen. I have become part of the sunscreen everyday class in my later years in life. And I soak my whole body in it. I don't always show it to you guys on the camera, but if I am leaving the house, if I'm driving in my car, like I've got sunscreen everywhere. I've got bottles of sunscreen everywhere so that I can touch up, reapply, just make sure that I am covered. That is because of things that have happened in my life, my little melanoma patch on my leg, my hand burns. Like there's been a few things that have happened that have just made me very conscious of my sunscreen usage in life, and I think that will have the, well, I hope so, fingers crossed, greatest impact on how my skin looks later in life as well. It's hard to like do things now to be like, oh, this is gonna have a visible effect for me 30 years down the line, but that's kind of what we're doing. I just want my skin to be happy and juicy and glowing for my life. The rest of the skincare is pretty much the same. I use a night cream. I have my makeup removers. I love to do a little double cleanse. I do the oil cleanser, and then I go in with whatever cleanser that I'm using. Again, there's multiple cleansers that I love. Now I always have Bioderma if I have some extra sticky eye makeup. And other than that, I really have been keeping my skincare as simple and clean as possible. And having that confirmed by Dr. Bolesne, my dermatologist, has been very nice in seeing her to just have that confirmation. I love. Now, as for my hair, the same thing kind of applies. I was going back through a few old videos and looking at my old blonde hair, because every time the summertime rolls around, the sunshine's rolling, the little highlights are peeking out, I always get that full body twitch and desire to bleach my hair and go back blonde, because there's just something, I don't know, very like fresh and summery and fun about having highlighted blonde bleached hair for the summertime. But I was going back and looking at old videos, and I've really come to terms with the more natural hair color on me, and I'm becoming less and less tempted to play with it. And I think that's just because I have come to the conclusion that my more natural hair color is the hair color that suits me best. And my hairstylist at Hair by Armene obviously does an incredible job, and she keeps my hair looking healthy and shiny. I used to go in every month or every 2 months to see Armene when my hair was blonde, because I'd have to go in to get all my highlights touched up, because listen, my hair and my nails grow very fast, and there's a lot of upkeep for that when you are trying to keep blonde. So I used to have to go in all the time to get my roots touched up, or else it would just be that horrible hard dark line constantly, and then you'd have to get toners, or else my hair would turn brassy really, really fast. So the blonde was just a lot of upkeep. It was a lot of time spent trying to do so, and a lot of bleach and damage to my hair. So I feel like my hair is finally getting to this much more healthy, thick place. And Armene still does put a little bit of like baby lights, a little bit of highlights just throughout to give the appearance of more texture and to just brighten it up a little bit. I've been thinking about just keeping it one solid color, but I think at least, especially in the summertime, I don't mind having a little bit of highlight still there in the hair. And I'd say I get my hair cut like seasonally, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. She does a nice trim and I just keep some long layers in. I always keep a little bit of the face shaping, shorter bits at the front, but for the most part, we just let my hair do its thing. I don't ask Arne for anything in particular. She kind of just does what she feels, but I've definitely been embracing the more natural hair life and trying to keep up with the hair masks, keeping up with the scalp health. I'm gonna link my little hair health video that I filmed in December of last year, because pretty much everything I mentioned in that video is really what I've been trying to do. Just keep my hair healthy, washing it more frequently, using a scalp brush, and using bond repairing treatments like K18. And that's pretty much been it for the hair. Not too much to update there for you. At Hair by Arne, we love you and appreciate you in your magical hands and for what you do to my head. I love you. Thank you. Moving into the closet, I just got dressed and I just filled in my brows because my brows needed a little bit of love, but I'm just gonna quickly do my little everyday summertime makeup. I'm using the Lisa Eldridge tint. And while I do my makeup, we're gonna chat about treatments and a little update to the treatment, because if you've been following me on Instagram, if you've been following me on TikTok and caught up with the vlogs, then hopefully maybe you would have seen all of this. But if you didn't, basically since last November I have been seeing Dr. Bolesny, and I went to her as a dermatologist, obviously to talk about my skincare, but also to see what treatments she recommends. And I've tried many treatments in the past, and my biggest thing when it comes to clinical treatments, I believe that they are, I don't want to use the word important, but they can be very expensive and obviously not accessible for everybody. So for me, it's very important, if I'm doing a clinical treatment, if I am paying that much money to have a treatment done, I want to make sure that it's effective. I need to have a significant, visible before and after for me to spend money on a treatment. And that's kind of always been my little thought process whenever I've tried things. I want to go into it and see a before and after. So the treatments that I've done with Dr. Bolesny, I've tried 3 different lasers with her, and I did 3 rounds of the IPL laser. And I had the same laser, different name. I literally, the broadband light, the BBL laser, I did that a few years ago and I had a huge significant difference, and it basically tackled all of the pigmentation in my face and it flaked off. It got rid of all of the big dark spots that had been banding together on my face, and I did that 2 years ago. And so I did the same laser with Dr. Katie Bolesny. I did 3 rounds of it, and it pretty much just targets all the pigmentation, all the redness. So all the redness and veins and lines that I have around my nose, around my mouth, dark spots, freckles, sunspots, all that good stuff. And that laser to me is so worth it because there is a before and after. Your pigmentation, the dark spots literally peel off your face. It's such a notable difference. And obviously that can be more effective for lighter skin tones. But that for me was kind of my biggest skin concern, because the rest of the things like acne, texture, redness, irritation, I had tried a couple of lasers for that, but it didn't really have a significant before and after. I feel like those, in my experience and what I've tried, those are best tackled and targeted with your daily consistent skincare routine. So I really like the IPL laser. There's so many different variations of it. There's so many different attachments that you can do. The IPL for me was 100% worth it, and I love doing the sessions with Dr. Bolesny. And that is probably something that I'll do yearly or every 2 years, and that is just due to sun exposure, time spent outside in the summertime. That'll probably be a winter laser, but because I did 3 to start to get rid of any of the big patches of dark spots and whatnot, and then after that it'll just be 1 time. So the cost up front can be significant. My mom only did 1, she never did a set of 3, and she had insane before and after results. And so for me that laser was very worth it. I also tried Clear and Brilliant, I tried Genesis. Like, it feels nice, you definitely have a glow after, but it wasn't enough of a before and after for me to be like, yes, that was worth it. IPL, worth it. I had also asked her about doing microneedling, but for me, because my skin's so sensitive, it's so reactive, and I also, like, I don't understand how people do these IPL lasers and other lasers and experience no pain. I am fully numbed up and I am in pain. Like, it is such a painful experience for me. So she was like, I feel like maybe we shouldn't do microneedling for you. However, Dan has been seeing Dr. Bolesny and doing microneedling, and he is having amazing results. He has to go in for 1 more session. He's already done 3, and he's been using it for some acne scarring and some texture on his face, and it is like, it's been incredible. So we know that people talk about microneedling and how effective it is. For me, it's just not something I feel like I can tolerate, and the IPL is a good option for me, and I will stick with that, and I'm happy with that. And that is my little clinical treatment update. That is something that I have done over the winter. I think I did my last laser in March, January, February, March. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I did January, end of Feb, April. Either way, I did 3 sessions, and you know, my skin has been very happy. And I think it's been making me a little bit more happy with sitting in my pale skin too, because with the dark spots gone, it just feels so much more clear and glowy. And again, there's an after, so I'm so thrilled with that and happy about it. And when it comes to other treatments like spa treatments, nice facials, like it's such a nice treat to do every now and again. I've never been the person to go and consistently do facials. I know there's some people here on the internet who do facials every week and they do it all the time. I'd say like the best facial that I've ever had was the one I just did in London at the Sarah Chapman. That was like a wild facial. It was so good. I really do like when your skin's feeling congested, you're feeling tired, you just need to pick me up, maybe it's before an event, to go in and get those extractions and have a nice little mask and a peel. Like it can just feel so good. It just depends on how much it is, honestly. Some facials can be so expensive, it's ridiculous. There's been some facials that I've tried where it's cute, it feels good, but I treat it like a spa. I treat it like an experience. It's a nice thing to get as a gift. It's a nice thing to do for a little pamper day, but it's not like a necessary part of my personal beauty maintenance routine. I'd much rather do like one laser a year and have an effective before and after than to go spend like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on like monthly spa facials. And that's just how I feel about it. However, I do love a good hydrofacial when I'm feeling congested. And again, I like to have extractions every once in a while for them to just go get in there, dig it out, and basically clean the skin in such a way that I am not able to do myself at home. That's a nice little treat every once in a while, but yeah, not a consistent part of my beauty maintenance. Quickly circling back to the skincare chat, obviously I did a little partnership with SkinCeuticals while I was going to see Dr. Belesne. SkinCeuticals is actually who introduced me to Dr. Belesne, whom I love and adore so much, and it was so fun creating those videos. If you guys missed it, I'm gonna link up the videos that we did in the description box down below, because we did a little partnership on TikTok where we did a little Q&A series where I was asking Dr. Belesne some of our burning questions on those active ingredients like retinol. Oh my god, I totally forgot to mention retinol in my nighttime skincare routine. I'm so sorry. Retinol, tretinoin. Anyway, we did a little Q&A series and it was super fun. Obviously that was in partnership with SkinCeuticals, and I've had a chat with Dr. Belesne and she's such an incredible resource. She is such a brilliant lady and just is a vessel of skin genius and information. And we would love nothing more than to continue the Q&A series. So if you guys ever have any topics that you would like me to discuss, anything that you'd like to ask Dr. Belesne, we'd love to continue. So please do let me know in the comments down below. You can always message me on Instagram. Send anything our way that you'd like to see from us. I think that'd be really fun, and she's also open to creating more content. So even if it's like more of a long form video, maybe we do a little Q&A style on YouTube, would love to do that. Just let me know if that's something you want to see and what information you want to get from her. Let me quickly throw on my little lip liner here before we talk about the lips. Basically moving on from the skincare treatments and into more of the beauty, the vanity treatments. Gotta give you a little update on the lips and the other things. That was the Vive setting spray. Stunning. Now listen, this is one of my most like annoying things, because obviously I love to tell you guys what I'm doing. I love to be honest upfront with what I'm doing. Every time I talk about my lips, I always get inundated with comments and messages telling me that I'm a bad role model, telling me that I'm giving into beauty society standards, telling me that you liked my lips before. First of all, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I've been getting my lips done since 2017. You are absolutely allowed to have opinions about things that people do with their bodies. You also just don't have to tell them those opinions. You can keep them to yourself. So just know, I've been getting my lips done since 2017. I love getting my lips done. I feel like it made a very significant change to my face. I used to get my lips done very big. We've definitely toned it down in recent years and opted for a much more natural look. But I feel like for me, and like the symmetry of my face and the proportions of my face, I felt like getting a little bit of love there did nobody any harm. And I also get my lips done very infrequently. The last time I had my lips done was February 2023. So it's been almost a year and a half since I've had my lips done. And the way they are right now, like I have no desire to get these touched up. I'm super happy with the shape. I'm super happy with the volume in them. I mostly get my top lip done because my bottom lip is naturally more full. I last saw Dr. Pavlu last February for a little pre-wedding touch-up. And I think I saw him again in the spring, but we didn't actually end up adding any more because I was happy with how much was there. We actually did a little dissolving to make them a bit smaller. So I enjoy a little voluminous natural touch-up every now and again, but it's definitely becoming less and less frequent. So I guess I'll update you the next time I get them done. It's been a minute, and I always love the look of an extra juicy lip on me. Now, the other beauty treatment that I do consistently get done is Botox. And the first time I ever tried Botox, I did nothing else except a little eyebrow lift. And that gradually turned into getting a little bit of something something in my forehead. And that was just because, you know, what Dr. Bolesny said to me actually the last time that I got Botox done was that I have very strong muscles in my forehead, and that just means that they're very active. I have a very expressive face. I like to be able to lift my eyebrows. I like to have expression. Some people like to have no expression and just be completely frozen in time, and that is totally fine. Do your thing. And some people get no Botox at all, and that is so fine. I will say this last time, I last got my Botox done in November with Dr. Bolesny, and it lasts anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And I have to say, I got my Botox touched up 3 days ago with Dr. Bolesny. Here's my update for you. And that's probably the longest time I've actually gone in between appointments, in between touch-ups, and wow, I was feeling it. There is just one day where it just suddenly is no longer in your face. It just dissolves and goes away, and you wake up and you're like, whoa, I just look extra tired. Especially for me when I'm doing the little eyebrow lift, they just put it right here and it just lifts up the tail end of your brow, which for me, it's not even like fully kicked in yet, but wow, it's such a difference. It just makes me feel a little bit more fresh and a little bit more awake. And I have 3 lines on my forehead that just kind of stay and hang out, and there's nothing wrong with that. You absolutely don't need Botox, and it's something that you'll never know the feeling of it unless you do it. And I feel like my life was perfectly fine and delightful before I ever had Botox, but it's just something that my friends were getting. People talk about it a lot online, obviously, and I wanted to try it out. It is something that doesn't last and stay in your face, and it's something that I enjoy getting. It just makes me feel a little, it just feels like a pick-me-up. And again, it's one of those things that has a significant before and after. I feel like it makes a difference in my face. It makes my skin look a lot more smooth and a lot more glowing overall, and I just really like it. And it's easy, it's so fast, it's painless. It's just a little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and bam, you feel like you just like injected your face with caffeine with how awake you look. I love it. So that for me is a twice-a-year treatment, and I recently got it done. And I know people love to have their feelings about Botox, and again, you're allowed to have those feelings. Keep it to yourself. We love a little eyebrow lift over here, ain't nothing wrong with that. I've just come downstairs and made some lunch. I put my apron on, obviously, because I can't be trusted to not dribble all over my clothing. It's always a danger zone for me in the kitchen. But the next part that I want to talk about with the beauty maintenance routine are the insides, because I know it's so annoying. You know, whenever you see like a celebrity or some fabulous, beautiful professional talk about their top beauty tips, and they're like, drink all the water, and you're just like, oh, no, I don't need you to tell me that. I just wanted to hear what you blast your face with and what products I need to buy. And I know that's how so many of us feel, but truly, when they say you are what you eat, the best I've ever felt and the best I've ever looked, the most glow I've ever had in my skin, is when I've been following a healthy meal plan. Like literally when I started the program, when I started introducing more whole foods, when I just started to be aware of what I was eating, what I was putting into my body, that has had the biggest impact on my skin. Because for me, my skin's really affected by what I eat. I get all the little Hy-Vee rashes, I get zits when I eat so many different things, like lots of processed foods, lots of sugar, lots of dairy, all the, you know, the typical things. Typical irritable ingredients. Yeah, my skin really is heavily impacted by what I'm putting into my mouth. So when you eat healthy things, it can be annoying. It can be a lot of time and effort spent in meal planning, meal prepping. It can be expensive, trying to find fresh ingredients. We love frozen vegetables and fruits in this household. But yeah, eating a healthy diet, that's gonna do more than any product that you'll ever buy for your body and for your overall glow and visuals. So today, in case you were wondering, I made some brown rice noodles. I stir-fried up some shallots, mushrooms, zucchini, and bok choy all together in a pot. Topped that with some seal sama teriyaki sauce, and I baked a salmon fillet frozen from Costco. And that is my lunch today, and it is delicious and nutritious. And I know that we don't want to hear it, but I'll say it again. You are what you eat. Hi, many hours later. It is currently 10:51 p.m. I just finished my leg day. I told you guys I didn't do it this morning, and it's a very, very late night because we had a long afternoon and evening spent downtown. But I just, you know, I am the first person to just pass on my workout and go to sleep. But I'm just really trying to be true to the routine that I want to create, the person that I want to be, and to be consistent with my workouts. Because even though you might not think, oh, workouts don't belong in a beauty maintenance routine video, but I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops like I was talking about with the food and the meal plan. The best that I ever feel is when I am being consistent with my overall food, my fitness, wellness, everything routine. So even though it's super late, I'm gonna have another late start to my day tomorrow morning, I'm sure, but the alarm is set. We're gonna get up, we're gonna make it happen, okay? But I am just trying to get my workout done, and I'm gonna get my steps in before I go to bed. This is what happens when I sleep in. I don't love a late night workout, but if I must, I will do it. And consistency helps with my overall well-being, glow from the outside, glow from the inside, feeling strong, feeling good, confident, all that good stuff. Because beauty starts within. Am I right? Also, yes, I've already brushed my teeth and put my retainers in, because I know this is gonna sound really crazy, but sometimes when I'm like doing the leg day and I'm squatting, it's nice to like have something to clench. I don't know, is that weird? Am I crazy? I'm popping in to finish this video sometime later because I wanted the bow to settle in. I wanted you guys to see the full effect, so we can put the little before clip here, and here's the after. I can still honestly my eyebrows are a little extra tight this time, but I can't express to you how like bright and alive and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed I feel once this is all settled in. I just love it. I love getting the little at the eyebrows. And I don't think this is possible. It's definitely not the intent of Botox. But whenever I get it done, I feel like my skin looks really, really good after. Like, my skin is so happy and so smooth and clear. And I don't really know why that happens, but I just feel like the after is always crazy. And it's very temporary. You know, I'll get a solid like 2 or 3 months of this life and then it goes back down. So just wanted to show you guys that is the after. You'll be seeing this look in the next video. You'll be like, oh, I remember her. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to update you on in terms of the beauty maintenance front. I guess I could talk to you about my nails, but I always tell you about my nails. I get a clear builder gel and then a layer of chrome powder on top. That's usually my go-to. I have no updates in the laser hair removal front because I still have yet to test out the home device. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. That wraps up the update, my friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much as always for being here, and I will see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!